I was watching a number of your interviews and reading some of them, and you just seem so at peace with this industry. It's like a really wonderful thing to see. And I was reading one where you're talking about competition and that it just isn't there for you. Right. That But I was wondering, I know that first and foremost you attribute that to your relationship with God, but do you also read spiritual books, like, self-help books? If so, what do you recommend?
To be honest, I don't read a lot of them. No. I'm not a huge reader. I read the Bible every day, and I read scripts,
Really?
In that, and, one of the first books that I really kind of got into and read all the way through that was a self-help book was my husband's book. And I was okay, I gotta read this before the first year that we've been married. That's just wrong. But no, I don't read a lot of self-help books, but I read a lot of small kind of things here and there that I find on the internet, or they get sent to me, or that I look up.
What's your favorite book in the Bible?
Oh gosh, which one? Proverbs, Romans, First Corinthians. A lot of different spaces. I can't say that I have a favorite, but I have certain kind of nooks and crannies.
That you go back to.
Yeah, that I like to. Yeah, and I like to reread over them just because they mean something different to me every time.
Okay.
Depending on where you are in life, it's applied differently.
Absolutely.
Sorry about that. No. Hi, Michael. My name is Leanne. I'm with Tinsel and Tyne. I was a photog last night, and now I wish I had taken my chance to get a picture with you. I'm sorry you're ill. But my question is, what have you learned about comedy now after playing the straight man against the high-octane Kevin Hart for two films?
3.
Wow.
3.
Yeah.
3. Mm-hmm. Right.
I think, obviously Kevin's a lot like his character. So, what I've learned from him is, Kevin's brand of comedy, regardless of, what you see. He's just so charming. Kevin can talk about his infidelity in such a way that you laugh. Now, if you discuss fidelity, a lot of women who don't find that funny at all. You know what I mean? And somehow he does it in such a way that it's he's not running from it, and it's funny and it's charming, and you just kind of go with it. And he's still, he's a lovable guy in that way. And I find that, from working with Kev, that, at his level, because he's operating at a 10, and if there's no one there to ground him, i.e. myself, who I don't know what that looks like, but it seems like it might be a bit of a train wreck. You know what I mean? I feel like comedy has to have balance, and that to me, if you look at, I'm going to take it back a little bit, but if you look at Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley is, fearless. Yeah. And, he'll make up anything. But those scenes don't work if you have people trying to outdo each other. Mm-hmm. It works because the other person is playing the straight side of things. Mm-hmm. And that's how, someone in comedy is really able to shine, because you always have that gravitas, that person that is grounding the scene and making it real. You know what I mean? And if you think about, like I said, the Axel Foley, they're in the strip club. Billy and Taggart are feeling very awkward because they're on duty and they're in a strip club, and this is really not going to go well with the cap. Meanwhile, Eddie is just able to say, drink up. What makes that scene so great is that you have 3 people in the scene and 2 are at total opposite end of the other guy. Yeah. And it works. It's brilliant. It's balanced.
And you definitely add that balance.
Thank you. The more we work together, the more important I see it, becoming. It's just I know my role when I work with Kev.
for both of you. The movie is really great energy. Like, it just keeps going. It's really fun. It's crazy fun. I'm wondering, did the lines get blurred while you all were in Vegas, like as friends? Like there are times where you're like, this should be filmed. This should be part of the movie. Like,
you know what's funny is as much fun as it looks like we had, like running like the town and stuff. It really wasn't like that. Like we were working pretty much majority of the time. We were like going to sleep at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so that we could wake up at midnight and start at 1 or 2 in the morning, and then we would go, from that time to 6 or 7 in the evening. It was really long days. So the fun was really kind of like on set, which is like hanging out with each other and being silly and cracking jokes and seeing like old 90s rock songs and hip hop songs. Like, that was really kind of the fun. Besides, getting to know the layout, in between scenes. You got that one drunk person that's like, Kevin! And you're like, oh my God. And then, you start to know who the lady of the nights are, and you start to, watch that one guy, and you're like, wow, he's back again at the same machine, and he's wearing the same thing he was wearing yesterday,
because he couldn't leave his slot machine.
Clearly, where he left, he went and got some more money somehow. Yeah.
Do you have anything to add, Michael?
Yeah, I'd like to see anybody stay in Vegas 2 months and work the kind of hours we were working and claim that they love it.
How long was the shoot schedule?
2 months.
Jeez.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like a one-person Vegas, like a one-day Vegas person.
Yeah.
Like a couple hours is good. I'd be tired by the morning, and I don't even have to go out. Like, it's just exhausting to look around.
It's like
2 months was
so
like
2 months of all that coming at you.
that was brutal. I think we all like low key were dreading just getting to Nevada. Like, yeah.
But did you at least get to eat at like these restaurants, like the Nobu and the?
No, yes. Now the Nobu was incredible.
Okay.
And there was a great restaurant at this place off the strip, at a place called Red Rock, but food was incredible. Good spa, and that was a hard list.
The director, the writers, the producer, provided we come back with the same team, same family, I'm in. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Provided, like, the director, the writers, the producer, provided we come back with the same team, same family, I'm in.
Same here. Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank